Tonight, several employees of the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office have been placed on administrative leave tonight after a group of inmates was left unsupervised and alone in a jail transport van for at least 2 hours. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on News Channel 3. I'm Andy Dominiani.
And I'm Jessica Hardhorn. As our team digs deeper into exactly what happened, we're hearing more about how the inmates attempted to break out of the van and talk to one of the inmates' family members as well.
We have live team coverage from News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher and Tyler Brumman. Tyler's outside the jail where this happened in Kalamazoo. And Tyler, you're still trying to get answers to a number of questions here.
Yeah, Andy, Jess, so many questions all day long. I've been trying to get an interview with Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller. His office oversees the jail. I left calls, text messages, and emails to both the sheriff as well as his undersheriff, Michelle Greenlee. I did not hear back from either one of them until late today when the undersheriff replied to me. She did not answer any of my questions, but she did, however, refer me to a news release I had received earlier in the day. In a news release, the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office says the incident happened Monday afternoon around 4 in a parking garage near the Kalamazoo County Jail on Lamont Avenue. The release says 7 inmates were in the court transport van, left alone for at least 2 hours. At one point, we're told the inmates broke out of the van because they were worried about their safety. Investigators say the inmates were treated and then returned to jail. The release also mentions the sheriff's office has launched an internal investigation to find out if protocols were followed. I emailed Undersheriff Michelle Greenlee Wednesday afternoon with a list of questions like how many employees are now on administrative leave, what are the conditions of the inmates involved, were the inmates shackled, and how did the inmates break out of the van? All right, so another question I have, and perhaps you have this question too, is plainly what kind of protocols are in place to prevent something like this from happening? Again, that is a question we are waiting to get answers to, but we are tonight getting a closer look at exactly what happened. We have more team coverage now from News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher. She is live tonight in Kalamazoo. And Autumn, you actually spoke with one of the inmates involved, and he says he is shaken up by this.
Yes, he was scared for his life and tells me it was very hot that day, even hotter on the van, as you can imagine. Now, the inmate tells me that he and other inmates, at points it was hard for them to even breathe, and they had no idea when they were going to get out. Terry Spiker says her son Jordan Dozeman has feared for his life before, but never quite like this. He and 6 other Kalamazoo County inmates were getting transported back to the county jail from court, but once the transport van pulled back into the garage, they were not let out.
I think they realized after there was still a light on in the garage, but he could tell that they had left and forgot all about him.
The 7 were trapped inside with no air conditioning for 2 hours, according to the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office.
They were pounding on the windows in the van. They didn't hear him or help him.
I spoke on the phone with 20-year-old Dominique Moten, an inmate who was in the van, and tells me it was pure panic.
It was getting hot, and mind you, like how hot it was, the van is like a 8-passenger van. As we all hot, we ain't got no air. I was in fear for my life because I really didn't know what to do. And mind you, we in belly chains and leg shackles, so we really can't move like that. Like, it's hard for us to move.
Martin knew he had to get someone's attention quick.
I kick out the smaller window. I kicked it like 3 times. The window finally ended up breaking, and then I had to jump out the window head first with my arms chained to my body and all that.
The inmate facing 18 charges and accused of shooting 3 people at a Little Caesars off West Main Street helped get the other trapped inmates out and to safety. He figured out how to get them out.
I guess so. He was the hero in my book.
Deputies discovered them, and they were then medically examined and treated for ailments.
To me, it's someone's neglect that, they forgot. How can you forget 7 people? I'm not only blaming the driver. What's going on, the protocol inside the jail?
Now, the inmate tells me that Sheriff Fuller did reach out to him and the other inmates and has since apologized. Now, we know that the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office is continuing their investigation into how and why this even happened in the first place, as Tyler mentioned. And as we get any details with this active investigation, we will, of course, keep you updated. I'm live in Kalamazoo, Autumn Pitcher, News Channel 3.